Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a quick peek behind the scenes at some of the stuff that we have to deal with when we're working on the bleeding edge of technology. So as most of you will be familiar with, this is our main sim racing PC, which is responsible for running the triple 65-inch 4K rig, which is in an absolute mess at the moment. So we won't look at that. But yeah, so top level, just to give you a quick rundown, is the system that runs the sim racing PC, and the bottom is the system that runs all the cameras and capturing, so that we're not putting any parasitic load on the top level. But long story short, we were having some issues with the 5090 running with the 9950 X3D process that we upgraded to recently. So you might notice, if you've got a keen eye, this is actually the old motherboard running the 14900K again. Now the issue was, surprise, surprise, with the 12 volt high power connection just here. So what we were finding is that using ASUS's built-in power rail monitoring tool, we could see that the load balancing across the pins wasn't always equal. So we're actually overloading some of the pins, and every couple of days I'd have to come in here and wiggle it. And basically what we found is that with the CPU bottlenecking on the 14900K, the card was running at around about the 500 to 550 watt mark at absolute peak. And that is under the 600 watt load rating that we have on the HPR connection. But when we upgraded to the 9950, because we didn't have the CPU bottleneck anymore, all of a sudden we were pushing up around that 600 mark under some scenarios with the 5090. And that was enough to tip us over the edge and risk melting that connection. So this is our ROG Crossfire X870E motherboard with the 9950 X3D sitting underneath the all-in-one cooler. And as you can see, we're running a 4090 on this currently. But what ASUS have done is they've released a new series of GPUs which are called BTF Edition. Now, there's this little connection here, and that is able to support up to 1000 watts. So it replaces the 12 volt HPR connection, and yeah, runs it through the motherboard. Now, the motherboard that we've got here, the X870E BTF Edition, that does still have a 600 watt limit on the motherboard. The new version 2 motherboards that will be coming, I believe, are rated a lot higher than that. So we may still risk melting the motherboard, but at least the very, very, very expensive graphics card will now hopefully be safe. And I have heard a few mixed reports that you can actually run both the BTF connection and the 12 volt HPR connection concurrently, and it will load balance between the two. I'm not 100% on that. That's one of the things that we're going to be testing. But yeah, just thought you guys might find that interesting. Have a good day. See you later.